Hi everyone, delonewolf here, and welcome back for some more Space Engineers. And yeah, it's gonna be another solo video. I know you guys miss my brother. I actually miss my brother as well. I would love to be able to play more with him, but it also motivates me to try and get the cube up and running. And basically I feel like I'm getting pretty close to being ready for an assault on, what the hell is it called here, SPRT salvage facility. Keep out. Before we actually get started, I would love some tips for that. You know, what kind of preparations do you think that we could do? So far we really don't have a lot. We've got a small tank that my brother has made. In the inventory normally we also have a couple of these precision rifles and some ammo. I got some medkits that I found from the probes, but really that's all we have. So if you guys have any tips for assaulting an enemy facility, I would definitely love to hear more about that. But this video is actually about an update for the cube. And first thing here within our main base of operations at the moment, I did a couple of updates. First, here we have a gravity generator. It's off at the moment, but basically I want to get ready to go into space as well after we have assaulted that facility. And so next to the gravity generator that should keep us nice and steady within this block at least, we then up here also have a conveyor that will take as much ice as it can, put it into a storage container that is then turned into oxygen through the O2H2 generator into this tank. And then over here we have a vent, and at the moment you can see it's all yellow, so that indicates that this room is not pressurized. I think I can show that to you guys if I press K on this. And then you can see here at the moment we're not pressurized because some of my doors are open, but it works because if I close this door, there the double doors are already closed. And then of course we've got the big door back here as well when we make planetfall. And right now you can see up there, if I go a little bit closer, it's going to be better. It's all green, so it is going to now pump oxygen into this room so that we can, keep breathing even in space without having to have our helmet on and without having to, oh damn, I was a little bit higher than I thought, without necessarily having to use up bottles all the time. So I think it's going to be pretty handy to have that here. So let's open this up again. And let's take a look at what else has changed over here. I'm still drilling, of course. I'm using this to gather resources. And at the moment, let's take a quick look at all of this stuff here. I'm actually grabbing some more silicon because I'll need a lot more solar panels to fully be ready. It's starting to get there, but definitely can use some extra resources. So it's still the same thing, of course. Two of these pistons are now... Three of them are actually fully extended to their maximum of 10 meters. I press on, it's not changing, I just reverse it, and there we go. At this point, I do take him down by 2 meters at a time. I think it's able to handle that pretty easily so far. So that's basically a change of pace in this. It means that I do mine a little bit more quickly. Perhaps not as efficiently, but it definitely works. Oh, and here we go. We're actually already at 2.3 meters. And what I actually wanted to see for this, the inventory, all of them. And you can see here, we're taking both silicon and some stone. So we pushed our way through a silicon layer, and that should be handy for those solar panels. Now behind this we actually have another door because we have been expanding the cube. And over here, look at these babies, another 4 large hydrogen engines ready, another engine block ready, and here another large hydrogen engine block. All of these thrusters should really give us the capability of going into space. And then up here it's all basically mounted with storage capacity and capacity for more hydrogen throughout all of this. And so this is where we actually left off, right? We're at these storage facilities, and then down here we've got some more thruster capability. You probably also noticed that it's starting to be pretty dark. Now I have to leave this open for these large thrusters, but I really don't mind it. It's only going to be the bottom layer of the cube that has this anyways. And so I can easily just get out of here. And so let's show you guys what we've done for the rest of this as well. I love this. This is looking really cool. So it's 2/3 of a cube. We basically have one more layer up here to do. I'll do some prep, but the aim there is to do like ion engines and maybe like landing base for drones and things like that. So that's probably going to be stuff that we're going to develop in space, but we added some defenses. Now these missile turrets don't have missiles just yet, but all of these Gatling turrets do have ammo, and so you can see it's always from this perspective on the left side, top left side, and all of that is connected to our storage capacity. And then the idea is to have at least this up and running, so a full layer of solar panels all around the cube for energy production. And then here of course we're gonna go up, and back here we have the drone, the throwaway drone. I'm definitely willing to lose this one. That's going to come with us on our trip to the facility. So this one is basically solar powered for energy, and still can't really show you what's inside of it, but it's basically another engine cube, 5x5 with small engines, and it has everything ready with some extra ice within everything as well. And you can see here as well, Gatling turrets all around should definitely be able to extend a little bit of firepower. And before we go, I'll probably make sure I get enough ice, plonk this one down on the connector, absorb as much ice and ammo as we can, and then we'll be going off on our adventure. But I'm definitely going to do that one with my brother. Something else that I may build, because yeah, again, so far haven't seen him in a week, unfortunately. Let's see if I can actually find our rovers. They're back here. This is really all we've got, which is his little tank. Now it's going to be interesting to see if it works or not. We may have to do something about the energy situation after all, although this is still looking green, so it should have enough energy with the solar panels. We should be able to get that one ready for the assault. But of course, the size of the cube compared to all of this is amazing. But on the first trip, I'm definitely not going to risk the cube, not knowing what's behind that red dot back there. But I think this one is pretty massive already, and has some defenses that he'll be able to at least take a beating and dish out a little bit of damage. And yeah, this is. I love this. This was really when I first saw the possibility for these internal engines. This was really my vision for that. Create a Borg cube with these internal engine blocks. So it's got 3 of these. 3 of the large engines as well. That should really, hopefully, be enough thrust to take it up there. And then we of course are going to extend up and potentially keep extending. But yeah, this is already 18 cubes. To make it a full cube, it's going to be up to 27. And then if I extend it by just 1, I think it's over double the amount. This was already a pretty decent chunk of work. I still feel like it was doable, especially once I got the drill going, which is here. Get that over like an iron vein, and you're good to go. You've got plenty of iron. Stone also gets chewed through quite quickly, so that resource needed, but it was doable once I got this drill up and running with 6 pistons. And now basically I feel like, yeah, I'm almost ready. It's really starting to take shape. It's really starting to get there, and I love what I've been able to do. So it flies pretty quickly and pretty well all over the place. I'm also adding extra batteries for more reserve capacity, some extra gyroscope for the mobility. And then, I should maybe try and show that to you guys as well, because there is still one cube that's basically empty. And it is the one next to this one right here. So you can see here we can still do anything we want within this 7x7. And my plan here is to do probably power generation. So we do have generators in the game, but if I'm not mistaken, they need uranium in order to provide power, which I can only get into space. Again, if I'm not mistaken, I think I'm right on that. But I think that we can pretty easily plunk down spherical. Oh, no, not it's power. Let's see. It's power blocks then. I think I can find it here. There we go. A reactor is actually what's... Yeah, of course, they're nuclear reactors right there. But you can see we can definitely put 1 or 2. It's a 3x3 cube. 1 or even we could go up to 8 of these, I think, because they're about the same size. Is that correct? Yeah, I can't put them down because I don't have any steel plates with me, but I think they're the same size as any of these cargo containers. So we could put in quite a bit of power generation. I'm thinking some power generation, and then perhaps it really depends on the balance when we're in space. At the moment, the windmills are really doing a lot of work for power generation here, but depending on the balance, I may add an extra refinery, some more production capability, because this has actually been my bottleneck. This puppy here, if I show you guys what's in the inventory at the moment, it's running on efficiency, so that I really have an easy time with my power. But look at that, 200k nickel, 100k magnesium, another 200k stone that's ready here. Now the silicon is starting to get up to 100k, more nickel down here. So this is really, some of these resources take a long time for the refinery to chew through. And yeah, it tends to accumulate quite heavily, especially when it's working on something like nickel. And then you just start to go through a stone layer. That can be a problem from time to time. Now, I have found that it basically has a certain logic when it comes to how it takes out these resources. So what I can do normally is put... God damn it, it has to go. So if for instance you have, I had at one point like 2 full containers of stone, and you want the refinery to go through that first because it can do that more efficiently, what you can do is just put in the stone like this, and then you do have to, I mean, I learned that it's large container 5 that's getting used up first, and I make sure that the rest of the stone is in front of this as well. And that's now, you can see that here, it's going to keep draining the stone, so it's going to, you know, make some room pretty damn quickly. But yeah, nickel, magnesium, that type of stuff does take a long time. I actually kind of want the silicon to be going after this one, so we'll put that over here. And before we go to space, I'm gonna say not necessarily before we go on our attack, I definitely want some gold and some silver in the reserve bank as well. So I've done some decent amount of looking around already, so we know where all the resources are. But then if I show, maybe we'll head towards that. Oh, the signal is only over here. I'll head over here. So it's not really a lake, but you can see towards that facility, there's this huge outstretch of ice. So we could pretty easily get ice. And then I found that over there, you can see that now I think these patches of yellowish stuff are just more valuable resources. So I could just fly the cube over here, use the ore scanner to see what's there, and then start mining it with the vertical drill. We're basically ready to slowly make our way over there while we keep gathering extra stuff for the cube that even now from a far away is starting to look, in my opinion, pretty cool and pretty impressive. So let's grab these resources from this unknown signal. All right, this is an easy one, but perhaps for players that are like new to the game or something like that, and that may stumble upon this video, sometimes you have some that have thrusters on them as well. And what I found, and I have actually become able to do pretty consistently, because they then tend to fly away whenever the sensor spots you. So I've been able to basically get like this range, probably 10-15 meters from it, aim directly for its center, and then just rush for it like that. Just a little burst, that's enough. And then what usually happens is that it actually tilts, and then just, you know, have this up and running, and just aim for that thruster. A little bit of damage, it's down, and you can grab that probe that way pretty easily. So yeah, been getting to know these puppies as well as they've come down, and I definitely personally appreciate the extra resources that they sometimes bring. So let's go. Nice construction comms. Yeah, small grid grinding. I've started to become a little bit better at that as well. Basically what you want to do is make sure that you spot that red line that shows, yeah, all right, you've got the grid selected, and then you can pretty easily take all of that stuff down like that. There we go. And another probe cleaned up. Let's keep this ice plane nice and clean for us. Let's pump that stuff. So this is really what I can do also. Very nice in my opinion. Of course, I can just go here, dump everything, and it'll find its way throughout the entire ship. Everything can be accessed from this one central cargo container, except now this container over here. So this container over here has a limited amount. Did it already use? Oh, it used up the ice. I'm gonna have to see exactly how that works. And for now, what I'm actually gonna do from here, give me that control panel, please. Pressing K. I'm going to toggle the block off because we are in atmosphere, so I don't need it. And turning it off should basically keep the oxygen tank, you know, at the level it's at, no matter what. A little bit of ice is going to add this, top it off, and be ready. And I'm probably planning to put down a second one here, a second tank, and then maybe another vent. Although I think the system will talk with itself. That's stuff that I'll need to test out. So this is not the ideal place, but yeah, I did need this conveyor basically to assure that we would always prioritize and keep some ice on the side basically for our oxygen production. But this is a little bit worrying, so I am going to have to we can expand this way if we want as well, another cargo container, and keep going. We've got quite a bit of room, so we're gonna set all of this up as well, so that we can, you know, breathe in this room from space. I think we could do it right now if I really wanted to, but yeah, I've got other plans with my brother before we go on a space adventure. And I think goal number one, well, maybe an asteroid, who knows what's straight up here, but otherwise that moon could be interesting as well. It could be super cool to try and get over there, but that also depends a little bit, of course, on how those mechanics work. I have absolutely no idea, but I have to say I'm pretty proud of how the cube has evolved already. I feel like it'll perform the way I expect it to, and I'm really hoping that it's gonna be pretty amazing taking this puppy into space. For now, that's it for this update. I'm gonna keep working on it, and I'll see you all next time.